take that. This is the 60-foot robot. So we were made majority of the comparts in that 60-foot robot that got assembled. So wide variety of sort of things that we can do.
This is Dean Monkley from Qimtek, and really happy to be introducing you to Clive from Warren Services. They've been members of Qimtek for 12 years. Hi, Clive. How are you?
Hi there, Dean.
Yeah, good. So here's a quick one. So if you could sum up what Warren Services do in around about 30 seconds.
Okay. Well, very quickly then. So we do pretty well most things in midstream engineering. So everything from machining, profiling, fabricating, assembly, both electrical and mechanical, and design in 80,000 square feet with 105 people. You give us a problem, generally we can find a solution.
So in terms of what Warren have made in the past, what sort of projects would you say sort of sit right up there in your top of the list?
We've got a huge range, and over the time made a huge range of things, but some of the ones that we've dealt with you guys with. Going back probably 5-6 years ago, we got an opportunity to make some parts of Crossrail through you guys. So we made 55 ventilation shaft ducts that were about 5 metre cubes. So that was quite interesting because obviously when they were like 300 metres down on the ground, they couldn't afford to be a problem. So it was quite a test in terms of making sure that, and obviously it's got to last for 30 or 40 years in the Crossrail. So the combination of all the document management and the quality management, and in the end, we used our cherry picker with basically a guy scanning the whole assembly to make sure every nut and bolt was in exactly the right place, so that when it went into the tunnel, it didn't come back out again. So that was quite an interesting one. Another one we did a few years ago for you guys, there was a huge, nice car park being built under some luxury apartment in London, and there were winches being made for it. We're well known for making winches in theatrical areas, but not necessarily car parks. So we spoke to the company, and I don't think anybody else was prepared to take it on. So we got the job, and we made these big winches for this luxury car park that basically parks your car in 30 seconds under some super apartment, and every car's a Bugatti. So that was quite interesting. The back of that then led to actually a job with the same company for Rolls-Royce jigs. So we manufactured and machined jigs for turbine blade carrying in their plant. And again, obviously, the quality control requirements for those in terms of the accuracy, all the data they needed was also very interesting.
Assume we're talking to a buyer right now, and you could have a message about what makes Warren quite unique. What would you say?
Perhaps I'll use another one of your leads. This is a company that basically winds carbon fibre. So they just placed on your site, I think it was just a few like laser plates and a few small fabrications. Next day I was actually in their offices going, we can do this for you. But by the way, we do this, this, and this. Now we make their complete winding machines for them. So again, that is what, well, if you give us an issue or a problem or where see where things can develop, we can come up with a solution. I think that's what makes us unique.
Yeah. I think from hearing from buyers, it's the whole total full 360 solution from the start of a project, from the conversations you have with them, right the way through to installing new skills within your workshop. That's what I've heard and read.
Absolutely.
So this is a bit more personal question about yourself. What made you go into engineering? What made you pick this industry?
Well, you can imagine, obviously, I'm in Norfolk at the moment, but I'm not originally from Norfolk. I'm originally from the West Midlands. My father used to work at what was British Leyland, going back 50 years ago. So I used to come home with lots of sort of stories about some of the things he was involved in terms of making minis. The original mini, of course, this is not the new one. Looking back now, perhaps quite a few horror stories, really, some of the things he told me. But probably my father's involvement in making things is what sort of got me involved. And I then did a production engineering degree and went from there.
This is a bit more towards, where sort of the future of UK manufacturing. Now, I know Warren Services put a lot of work into their apprenticeships and filling that side of the business. But for yourself, what do you see as the future for Warren Services or the UK engineering industry in general?
Yeah, I mean, again, in some ways, we dug in early in the pandemic, and we got involved with making ventilator parts and ICU components. But then fortuitously, because of this technical growth we got involved with, obviously online shopping took off. So in some ways we were in the right place at the right time. But as you said there, the growth that we've now achieved over the last sort of few years has only really been doable by the fact we've actually got quite a strong apprenticeship program. So for instance, the guy who's now leading this technical growth to sell was an apprentice 10 years ago, and he's now basically running 50% of the business. So getting those people on board and taking them with you on the journey, has proven to be quite critical for Warren. And and it's something that we do pride, as you said at the start, we do pride ourselves in this, and we have continued to sort of invest in the future. So again, even though we're slightly bigger business now, we've probably got around us 10 to 15 people. An offshoot from the technical grocer, which the project I've just managed, is basically a robotic dispensing system for food distribution. So you're piling your app and you put in, I'll have a beef burger with this sauce and lettuce and this, and the robot makes it for you basically and gives it to you. And that was led by apprentices on the shop floor as well, ex-apprentice on the shop floor. So the right people, I think, is the key thing. But in terms of, there's certainly opportunities out there. There's a lot of, we're seeing a lot of growth. So although I'm looking to retire soon, I'm quite buoyant for the future.
That's good news. So for anybody who's watching this video still, if you're really up for a fantastic engineering company that can look at all your kind of full turnkey solutions from design right the way through to manufacture, check out Warren Services profile, and the link will be in the description below. Thanks for joining us today, Clive.
Yeah, thank you, Dean. Much appreciated. Thank you. Not a problem.